What's up, guys? It's your boy Inkidept, and I'm back today again. Today, I'll be rating different books based on their covers. The one with the number one rating gets a review by me. This will be a random selection, so I'll close my eyes and then I'll be handed 12 different books. Six will be selected, and those six will be the ones rated. So let's get started. Yes, I don't know. It's kind of big. Yes.
A few moments later.
So there we have it. Six books. Uh, Jingo by Terry Pratchett. Hetty Feather by Jacqueline Wilson. Under a COVID Sky by John White. Dark Whispers by Vashti Hardy. Beagles in France by Captain W. E. Johns. And Jonathan Swift by Gulliver's Travels. A personal favorite of mine because I love my classics. So I haven't read Jingo, but I was planning to because I read a book recently. The main character's name is Kvothe, like Kvothe. I forget the author, but I think this was one of the books that was like recommended to me as being similar to that book. And from what I've heard, it has like a lot of good elements, and its building is like really detailed. So I really want to get into this book. But judging by the cover, if I had to see this, would I read this? Like if I just saw it on the shelf and I didn't know anything about this. Uh like the art style here seems really cartoony. Like I haven't ever really seen this style, but like 3D seems detailed. Like there's a chicken here, but like it looks like it's covered in snot, but the sea seems green, so I'm guessing like that's seawater. And the chicken's like crying. Pirates are fighting, and like there are a lot of elements. I'm guessing that these are like the characters and the creatures we're going to see when we read the book. And the book's probably centered around the sea, as the sea seems to be the main element of the design. But seeing this, I might actually be interested in this book just because of like how much elements goes into this, and just seeing the different characters in the book. I love fantasy, I love fiction, so seeing these characters, likely that I would go for it. And the animals seem to be like sentient, like the animals seem to actually like know what they're doing. So in a world where animals maybe interact with the human beings, maybe they're like ogres, orcs, I guess I would go for this. But I already know about this book and like Discworld, a turtle, yeah, in which the world is centered around. So I don't see why not. So I would definitely go for this book. Next is Bagels in France. This seems like a World War book, like called like the planes. These are fighter planes, am I right? And then it's quite small. I like the colors. Like it seems really plain. Like just green here, and then the titles at the back too, in case you missed it the first time. So green, and then a little bit like a half circle, blue here, and then red, and then details of the fighter planes again. So I'm guessing it's probably about war. Beagles in France. Was there any war in France that involved like planes? Maybe there was. So I like the details of like the white marks in the sky, probably left behind by this like crashing plane. Like it's really good artistic work. I can see like different elements of colors, but it's not really out there. You know, the yellow here, the blue here, the red here. By the way, I just realized this circle here, blue, white, then a red dot in the center on the wing of the plane, reminds me of what's here at the back. It's like half of that circle, blue and then red, but the back is green. So like there is subtle colors, this red stripe, this blue stripe, and yellow. So those seem like to be the consistent themes, the running themes: red, yellow, blue, green, and then the artistic work. So yes, I would go for this book because I love art, and this seems to have had a lot of thought going into this. The tiny details really make sense. When you compare it with this, there seems to be a lot going on here and at the back. And but it's like the art is covered by the synopsis, so it's kind of pissing me off. But this, you see, the art blends really well with the synopsis of the book. So it doesn't take away from the synopsis, and neither does the synopsis take away from the art on the book. So if I saw this anywhere in the bookstore, I would definitely go for it. Even though it's your number one mistake as a book lover to go for a book based on its cover, but I would do it if I was judging only on the cover, which I wouldn't. But Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift. The upper part is black, and then the lower part is white, and this goes on all around. And then they let the white from the bottom to bleed into the black at the top for the author's name, and then consistent like colors, green, this like shade of green, and then white and black. So that's basically all they used for like their text. And then here, just let the black kind of fade out subtly here, just to outline this little piece of art. Nothing too much. In the background, you can see like some Lilliputians, I believe, and then this Gulliver's feet, and then you see them probably going about their daily activities. I think no, here they're carrying Gulliver's things like his comb, his watch, etc. So that's just showing like a key part of the book when he sets foot on another land. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not as detailed as Jingo, but it's also simple. On the spine, you see like the two Lilliputians carrying his watch. So it's simple, it's original. I like it a lot. It's simple, but it's artistic because you don't have to do too much. And I'm not saying Jingo did too much, but this is just beautiful. I really have no words for it. But I just like how it's just color here, and then art. And then just blend it in. Nothing too contrasting. Just works perfectly. So because this is black, the image just stands out beautifully. Really good. Dark Whispers by Vashti Hardy. Now, I like the name. Sounds mysterious. Green is the obvious like color that just pops out at you at first glance. Then gold here, gold here, gold here, gold and green. This already gives like an adventure story because here you can see a compass. So looking at this, you can see that this is meant to portray that this is going to be a book on adventure, a jungle, an insect, maybe an insect. Doesn't really look like an insect, kind of looks like some weird animal. Same here. So I'm guessing there are other creatures in this book. And then what details do I see? I see a ship, and then more of these creatures around here. So I don't know. I'll have to read the book to find out what these creatures are. But just at first glance, you get that this is a book on adventure. The Bright Storm Twins, Skyship. Skyship. This looks like it's on the sea. Like I got that from the synopsis. Skyship. This looks like it's on the sea. Maybe this is not the skyship. And then it opens up. Yeah, this is really cool. Opens up some map, bro. This is a map. Like usually they put the maps on like the inner pages of the book. But I don't see that done here because they did their map on the cover and they just let it like fold out. Sick. And then here you have it. Oof, oof, oof. Another book, bro. This is like one of the sickest ads for their books that I've ever seen. Just folds out. But and don't get me started on the art on this. Like the colors, vibrant. Ooh, beautiful. They really punch. Like they give that punch. And then so Wild Spark. I know I'm not meant to like talk about the cover for Wild Spark, but judging from this, looks pretty sick too. Same artist, I believe, cause like gives almost the same style. And here you can also see the picture of the author and then about the author done on the cover too. So it's a cover that just doesn't just give you like the title of the book, the author of the book, but it also gives you the map, like the world that the story takes place in, and then it gives you about the author in the same cover. So it's really well thought out. Under a COVID Sky by John White. I believe this meant to talk about COVID-19. I'm a fan of anything like this because the text, if you look closely at the text, it's not so clean. It's kind of like smudged. Like if you look at this C, see that it kind of goes in and out. It's like smudged writing. Like wasn't a clean pen wasn't used to do it. And same for the W. You see that it's kind of faded at this part. Now those are intentional details. Those are intentional details that I put on the cover. And you also see the same on the spine of the book. And then because of this blue and then this black, really contrasts. The bottom part is black and the black actually outlines like buildings. So I'm guessing these the black represents buildings and then the blue goes all the way around. The black goes doesn't go all the way around like the blue. And then what this reminds me of is Gulliver's Travels. Just one color, one main bolder color, like a color that takes place more often, blue, while here it's black. And then you just see white at the bottom going all around, but here it's black. But the black doesn't go all around though. I guess that's so it doesn't intrude on the spine, but then the black just kind of goes here. This gives like a pyramid probably, and then black here, like outline of buildings. So it's really simple. I would go for this because it feels like a non-fiction book. But because of the cover alone, I would go for it because even if I'm not reading the book, I just want to have a book that looks good on my shelf, don't I? So yeah, Under a COVID Sky by John White. Some of you out there might not like this. Maybe you guys want a little bit more artistic detail, but it doesn't have to be too much. It doesn't have to be too much. Hetty Feather by Jacqueline Wilson. This was one of my favorite books. When I read it, I just had to keep going because it's like a series you get. Hetty Feather, she takes like different names in different books. And I think that that has like some sort of symbolism. But I could go into it in another episode. But like basically, you see this elephant, you see this is like a circus, maybe a gymnast or a trapeze artist, and then gymnast, a girl dancing on a horse, and then this is like a matron. So basically, you see her hair. These like old Victorian times. I think these are twins. So Hetty Feather is the main character, and you see her quite bold here. And you see how the outfit she's wearing tells you the job that she's into. So she's most likely a maid. Now, with all of these elements, you can guess that this focuses on the circus. So you kind of know that a lot of this story is going to be about the circus. At the back, you see this. You see all of this is meant to look like the poster for circus. Roll up for the amazing tale of Hetty Feather. Gasp as she is abandoned as a baby. Shudder as the hardships she suffers. Wonder at her search for her real mother. So that's like a poster for a circus advertisement, but they used it for like to talk about the book, which is really it's a really cool detail. Except that this is just the dust jacket. Yeah. So this is how the real book looks like without the dust jacket. Gold leaf and then solid blue hardcover. red inner. Nothing too much. It's there. It's not bad. I could have it on my shelf like this because I like it. It just gives me the author, gives me the book, so I can have it on my shelf. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I prefer it without the dust jacket. The dust jacket isn't bad. It's it's certainly there when it comes to like artistic elements and like carefully laid out details, but I just like something simple sometimes. I don't know. I just feel like I prefer this to this. I think it's the color. The colors are just too bright and flashy, and I guess because it's meant to represent a circus type theme, but I just prefer this, just this blue and then the gold leaf. I prefer this on my shelf without the dust jacket. So far, we've talked about Hetty Feather, Under a COVID Sky, Gulliver's Travels, Dark Whispers, Beagles in France, and then Jingo. That's all the six books that I was going to talk about. But the main question is, who really won? Timothy? Shimothy? Visithy? I'm going to choose my top contenders. I'm going to select the top three out of these six. Hetty Feather, I'm sorry, but just because the dust jacket I didn't really like. I liked it without the dust jacket, but I don't really think this can count. So I'm sorry. You gotta go. You gotta go. It's not bad. It's not bad. Like the artist definitely did a lot of work. I'm sorry, bro. I just can't. It's I don't know. It's definitely there. It's like it's not bad. There are a lot of things going on. I like the details. Like remind me of that Disney picture. Have you guys seen the picture where like all the characters, the Disney characters, are like laid out? Something like that. Like you see all the creatures. I think like here I see like a water spirit or something. It's not bad, but just, just can't. This is good. This is good. Now I have to compare these four, but I need to get one out to get my top three. This, this second contender, our third contender, classic. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, eeny, meeny, miny. He's got to go. He's got to go. It's not bad, but I just feel like I prefer the style of these to this. It's maybe some like younger kids might like this. Maybe it's just like to attract them. Maybe it's like fun. The colors, the bright, the vibrant, gold leaf. You get me, but it's not for me. That leaves us with the top three. Beagles in France. Jonathan Swift, Gulliver's Travels, and Under a COVID Sky by John White. Now remember, guys, whoever wins this battle gets a review by me, an in-depth review. Remember, I liked how the black blends into the image here, and I really like how the white goes all around. So apart from that, there's nothing really there about the artwork, nothing really there about the cover. But if I'm saying that about that, then what about this? Like you can say that about this, but it's just something about this just compels me, you know. And this is really good. I keep going back to this. See how the stripes, the colors are in the stripes, and then these same colors are represented in different places on the book cover. The red is subtly placed underneath the text. So it kind of like gives an outline. Maybe the red acts like the shadow to the blue. After comparing all these books, after comparing these books, the winner goes to Beagles in France. It just gives like carefully laid out. Like here, you can even see the blue acts as the shadow to the red. All the colors are represented in tiny elements: blue stripe, yellow in the price, and then red, white, green, red. I can keep going on and on. Yellow. Like, all the colors are carefully placed at different places on the cover. There's no way I'm not going for this. You can't. You can't tell me. You can't tell me anything. But if you have any arguments, if you think that one of the other colors was better, why don't you let me know down in the comments here? Let me know down in the comments. But this is the clear winner. For me, this is the clear winner. So I'm going to review this book, and then that's the next video I'll be posting on this channel. So stick around. Okay? Just stick around. I might post a video before this though, but who knows? I definitely wanted this to win low key because, like, it's non-fiction, and I just like to like dive into some non-fiction. And I think this might be about COVID, so I like to like see what he says, what was his opinion on that time. But unfortunately, I just had to give it to who I thought actually deserved it. But I should be reviewing this on this channel, so stick around. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Peace.